Hey everyone, Mark Major here at the Action Figuratorium, Action Figures Studio, where a lot of cool things happen. You just have to trust me. Now, as some of you know, I make videos where I talk mad trash about things going on in the toy industry. Got opinions just like everybody else. And some of these past videos, there's things that I have said that have not come true. For example, in this video that I made August 30th of this year, I was talking about selfie figures, and I said that you should definitely get minimum of one of these because they're a novelty thing, and if they don't come around again, you'll be bummed. Well, guess what? I haven't bought any, and I don't plan to buy any. I find $80 to be insanely overpriced of a toy that to me honestly looks to be about worth $15. Okay, so in a video that I made on September 19th of this year of the Engine of Vengeance, what is Haslab thinking? I said that the project was going to fund. I said it was going to limp along, but I said it would make the goal and that would actually close at 12,000 backers. Well, guess what? I was wrong. I was completely wrong. I was dead wrong. I was 100% wrong. It didn't hit that number. In fact, it didn't back at all. That was one where I completely messed up and got it wrong. And finally, in this video here, from September 6th of 2021, so about a year and a month and a half ago, I made a video called Galactus will resell for less than $400. And here I actually say you'll be able to buy one of these things for less than $3.99. Well, it seems that, that this one has actually come true, and we're going to talk a little bit about that coming up today, so stick around. Okay, so I made that video a year ago, and I got a lot of flack because people love their Haslab and they don't want to hear some asshole like me, some old geezer who probably, you know, they want me to retire, and I probably should retire. In fact, maybe that's actually what I'm doing. Maybe this is my retirement. Maybe that's what's happened. Maybe reality has caught up with me. But nobody wants to hear someone like me, some jerk like me on the internet saying that their project is not going to go up in value after they send them out, but it's going to go down. Nobody wanted to hear that. But basically what I said is it's very simple. It has nothing to do with what I like. It has nothing to do with whether or not the product's whether I like the product or even if the product's any good. It has to do completely with supply and demand. And that is if you put out a huge supply of these things, right, and there's not much demand for them, well, what's going to happen is the price is going to go down. So if you think about it, the original 32,000 and change of these Galactus that they sold, you have to think that anybody who really wanted one, who knew about it at the time, probably got one. So you got to think that demand is pretty low. In fact, the demand at this point is going to be people who didn't have the money at the time but who have it now. How many people is that? Maybe a few. People who didn't know about it, they were under a rock, and then now they see the Galactus and all of a sudden, oh yeah, I'm excited by this. Okay, that happens. There's a lot of things that, like, I didn't see, you know, I kind of ignored the Robo Skull when it came around, and, you know, looking back, I was like, that might have been a thing I might have backed if I'd known about it. And then there's going to be some people out there who wish to invest in it. They'd see it now as like, this is going to be a collectible thing. I should get one of these while I have the chance and put away for my kid, because this might be might pay tuition in the future, 20 years in the future. This might be one of these, you know, telescoping lightsaber things or something, you know, a few of those. Now there are going to be a few people I'm adding on this list of part of the demand who want to get one of these as a gift for somebody. You know, probably a young person, you know, since they can't afford it themselves. And so there may be some gift buyers out there who are kind of driving the high end. That is, they don't like to shop eBay. And so they look and they try to find the one that looks the most legit, most, has enough feedback, and they've sold a bunch of these units and they feel safe buying one from them. They don't want to buy one from the one shaky guy who just like created an account just to sell this thing, that kind of thing. So there is going to be some demand for this. But if you think that they sold 32,000 of these, and a lot of people bought multiples because they plan to resell one or two and keep one, right? One to show, one to go. That there's probably about 1/3 of the stock is probably available for sale. That means over 10,000 of these things available for resale. And how many people are looking to buy them as gifts, or missed out, or didn't have the money at the time? And if they didn't have the money at the time, how could they have the whatever, that they claim they're selling for now? I don't know. What I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the sold on eBay right now, knowing that I made another video, and everyone should check it out, that you can manipulate these numbers. You can make them go up, you can make them go down, you can put an auction up, you can buy with a different account, or you can put an auction up and someone can buy it and you can just not deliver it, cancel it, and it will show as a sold, and it'll show us the price. And this info goes into Action Figure 411. They process fake information. Most of the stuff you look at, I tend to look in terms of, can I find other auctions with bids? How many bidders were there? That kind of tells you sort of the demand of how many people out there are looking to buy these, right? If you see like 20 bids, that, there's a good like 10, 15 people out there easily looking to get one of these. Gives you an idea of the demand of that kind of thing. And so you can't just throw these numbers away, but just be careful on the high end. Anyone who said they sold one for over $800 in the last week, I don't know. Maybe, maybe not. Maybe it's people who don't know how to use eBay but are rich bought some of that stuff. So let's switch over and start looking at sold Haslab Galactus. I'm sorting by lowest first, just to show you what's been going on. You can see that the top of the list here is the Doom head, something that I said is stupid and that no one wants, something that everyone else who's reviewed the Galactus and said it's stupid and nobody wants it. People are selling theirs because it's stupid and they don't want it. It helps offset the price of this thing. So it's all Doom heads, and they're like 20 bucks. They're trash. No one cares. If you want one, you should probably wait a couple weeks and then get like the last remaining one that someone's trying to dribble out for 15 bucks. Okay, then we see that people are selling the action figures. They're selling the Silver Surfer, which is totally bland. The Nova, which is totally bland. I have an old Toy Biz Nova, new in the box, that people don't want to buy for, they don't want to buy it for $20, okay? They don't want to buy that old Nova. Who the hell wants to buy this new Nova? These things are gonna like start dropping too once the demand for these is fully satisfied. I see 22 bids on this one. We'll see what happens, this stuff. Whatever this weird dude is, the Morgue guy, I think he's probably gonna sell pretty well, because I don't think that there's been a Morgue before, and I don't think there's gonna be a Morgue after. We're going to be getting a lot of Silver Surfers, and they're totally bland. And I like the character. I've always thought it was cool. I got the Mini-Mates one. I think I got a Burger King one. I don't know. I'm not anti-Silver Surfer. I'm just, don't get caught up in the frenzy of some of this stuff. So we haven't really got to a Galactus yet. We're sitting somewhere in the $60 to $75 range of toys for Heralds. As you can see by my scrolling, there's plenty of these to go around. People are trying to sell all three of these guys for 160 bucks. Some people are buying them. They just want to get one and get out of the way. Now we're starting to get into Galactuses. Here's one of a Galactus with just the action figure, the actual Galactus action figure, and the Doom head and nothing else for $255. Now, does that count as under $399? Well, another $91 shipping, so that would be, $355. Does that count under $399 with that? Not really, kind of. You don't get the head and you get the Heralds. Here's one for $399, but if you actually look at this, you'll see that that it ended early. The reserve was not met. He took one bid, best offer accepted. So somebody said, hey, I'll give you $450, $5, who knows? Who knows? We don't know. So this might actually go logged in as $399. Here's one that was $399, but no figures. Now, I'm in a really fun, goofy, and there's no hate involved in this. It's just a fun ribbing. It's like people who go to soccer matches or football matches who get to yell at the other team. It's just a lot of like having fun, blowing off steam. Twitter war with this person who keeps claiming that my prediction has come wrong. They pointed out that Galactus sold for $7.99, and therefore these are not selling for under $3.99. This one's a buy now, $3.99, and that's free shipping, okay? Now, this cat has to pay 40 bucks eBay fees. They take 10%, and they also take processing. And so sometimes the processing at low dollar amounts can be half the amount of the percentage they take, right? I don't think that that's the case here. But anyways, this guy did not get $399 for this. He got $399 minus whatever cost to ship, which I bet's 45 bucks, minus another $40, plus, you know, another 10 bucks transaction fee. This guy got $299 on this Galactus, but kept the action figures. Now, if the action figures are worth 50 bucks each, it's $150. Does this count as under $399? I'm going to say it motherfucking does, because the whole point of my video, folks, the whole point of that video was to show you that these are not going to the moon. These are not Jabba's sail barge. They're not doubling in price. They're not tripling in price. They're going down in price, and they're at the point where at the price at which people bought them. What I said in that video was that people bought multiples. They bought the second one to help offset the cost of the first one, which I think is a good plan. I would have done that. That's my strategy. Try and get a free one if you have the money to front for two, even though it means some work and some other, you know, supporting a crazed billionaire corporation. You know, it means giving into that machine. I think that's a great plan. And if it's not quite exactly a free one, but like takes a couple $100 off, 200 bucks, then yeah, of course you could sell one for $450, $500, $600 and just reduce the cost of the other one and feel good about it. But if you're selling these to make money, you're not going to be making that much money, because everyone bought one to sell to make money. And as I pointed out, the price is going to go down, and now we're seeing them hover around what they cost. And when I said $399, I'm also going to take into account any transaction fees, any taxes. Those are numbers that I don't know, so I can't put them in my thumbnail. I can't say $399 plus taxes and stuff like that. I'm trying to come up with a cool zinger of a thumbnail, but you get it. I think people who are intelligent and on the level realize that when I say $399, I'm not really talking about a very specific number. I'm talking about the essential original cost of what these things cost to get in to your house, and that people trying to resell them are going to find that the cost is now coming down to that number, and in some cases below that number. All right, here's one, figure only, 404, free shipping. Does that really count? With the account when you add in the shipping and the transaction fees as being sold for under $399? I think it does. I think overall my video's right. I think I was totally right. I don't think anybody owes me an apology or anything like that, because just as I had the right to come up with goofy opinions about it, people had the right to come up with their own goofy comments on me. And if they're mean, that's okay. That's fun. It's part of the ribbing. I encourage that. If that's their passion, if they're like saying, you don't know anything about eBay, you're an idiot, that's a passion of yours. Put it in the comments. In fact, if you're hating this video because it proved that I was wrong in that other video, put that passion in the comments too. I'll read it. I'll give it a heart. If it says like, Mark, you're an idiot, clearly these things are selling for more than $399, $404. is $5 more than $3.99. Do you not know how to do math? Okay, put it in the comments. I'm the one who's dumb. You win. Ha ha ha. My point is that the cost in this thing is what they're going to be selling around because too many of them out there. The reason too many of them out there is because everyone said buy multiples, you'll be able to resell and make money. Everybody was wrong. Now, a few people who sold those early, they lucked out, but those people maybe bought multiples, maybe more than 5. There may be cats out there who are sitting on like 10 of these things, okay? 10 of these things, they're in the garage. The wife is like, what are these doing here? Can you move? And they're like, I'm making money. And they might have made $400 on the first one, $325 on the next one, $300 on the next one, $250 on the next one. That guy's doing pretty good, right? As long as they keep selling over fast enough time. What happens when he's got 2 or 3 left, right? And they stop selling at that price and they keep going down and down and down, and then they're $400 and then they're $350, and he's like, well, you know what? I already made my money. I'm gonna dump these. I'm gonna take the loss of $50 off the top of the other one, call it good, move on to the next thing. Move on to selling the Razor Crest or whatever he's probably still sitting on.